Welcome to Slow Flow Yoga. If you're very tidy with your email inbox, this is Tuesday. If you're taking this class at another time, don't worry. I'm still have the same sequence available for you on Wednesdays or Thursdays. My name is Mike Rudd. This is Slow Flow Yoga for the All Peoples community, coming to your inbox on Tuesdays. This class features some physical asana movement coupled with some pranayama meditation. They're designed to be about 50-minute yoga classes if you've never taken them. We're going to get started today. And just a heads up, if you do like this class and you don't want to take the same class over and over again, if you want to do a yoga practice more than one day a week, if you go to the healforallpeople.org website, we have an archive of both slow flow classes, meditation classes, and power flow yoga classes. Those I recommend only for somebody looking for a more strenuous workout and having prior hot yoga or Ashtanga yoga experience. So let's get started today. We're going to find ourselves into a comfortable seat and maybe you want some props, maybe a block, a blanket. And as always, just because I suggest a seat doesn't mean you have to listen to a word that I say. You can do whatever serves your body best. Beginning class today, actually with an alternating nostril breath movement for a little pranayama meditation. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the thumb over the right nostril and we're going to inhale through the left. Then with the pinky finger and the ring finger, we're going to close off the left nostril and exhale out the right nostril. The first time you do this, you might think, what the heck? And then you'll have it down in no time. Then inhale through the right nostril. Closing it off with the thumb. Exhale out the left nostril. And we're going to begin to alternate back and forth, hence the name, the alternating nostril breath. Taking 10 rounds of breath here total. Closing off one, exhaling out the other. Eyes can be open or closed. Letting your body and your mind, though, sink into this moment. Knowing that you have nowhere else to be, nowhere else to go. What awaits you after this and what came before will still be there then. After this class. One more round of breath on the next exhale. Beginning to build in that Ujjayi breath now. These are the long, smooth inhales. Filling up to the crown of the head. And the long, smooth exhales back out of the nose. The Ujjayi breath guides us from pose to pose, in and out of the poses, rather than our physical bodies doing it. Letting the breath be your guide, letting the breath be the force that leads your asana yoga class today. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. As we begin to move the body here in just a moment, knowing that this breath can continue throughout the entire class. Acknowledging what you feel, acknowledging what you hear, acknowledging what you see right now. Not sure if you can hear it through the phone, but where I am in California, we have not a thunderstorm, but a pretty heavy downpour going on right now. And I can hear the raindrops pattering on the apartment and on the patio. What do you hear? What do you feel? What do you see? Maybe you just hear the same rain through the phone because Zoom is pretty amazing. On the next exhale, fluttering the eyes open. And inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up. Exhale, coming through, hands through heart center, and then kneading into the thighs, back and forth 3 times. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart center, moving through down to the thighs, kneading, hands in, 3 total rounds on each side. And one more round. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, moving through heart center. And kneading in right thigh, left thigh, back and forth. I'm going to move back just a little bit for yourself, just staying in the same comfortable seat that you're in. Inhale, left arm sweeps up. Exhale, left hand, right knee, opening up to the right side. Exhale, coming back to center. Inhale, clasping the hands together. Exhale, hands stretching up to the ceiling. Maybe shifting, gaining a little bit more length. Inhale, right hand to the mat. Exhale, side bend over to the right, creating length in that left side body. Coming back to center, left hand on the mat. Inhale, right arm stays up. Exhale, right hand around left knee. On the next exhale, coming back to center. Hands clasping again on the inhale. Exhale, extending up to the ceiling. Inhale, left hand to the mat. Exhale, side bend over to the left, creating length in that right side body. Exhale, coming back to center. Letting the feet, soles of the feet come down to the mat. Move over here. And beginning to windshield wiper the legs back and forth a few times. Knees to the left, knees to the right. You could do this sitting up, or if you have a sore wrist like myself, you could do this on your elbows. Don't worry if you're watching the screen, that was just my wife. She's going out to get her laundry that is ready in the apartment complex. There was not a stranger just running through our yoga class. And on the next exhale, extending the legs long, coming down to the elbows, and beginning in for a little heart opener. Inhale, the gaze looks up, and exhale, just letting the head sink down where it's comfortable. No strain on the neck here. Elbows are on the mat, gaze looks up towards the ceiling, feet are alert, toes pointed back towards your crown of your head. And on the next exhale, gaze looks up, and we're going to lower down all the way to the mat. Inhale, right knee into the chest, making some ankle circles, getting out those snap, crackle, and pops. I've done a lot of hiking in the afternoons this week, and I can just feel that I need this yoga right now, the physical form. I always need the mental form of it. On the next inhale, right sole of the foot to the ceiling. Exhale, hands clasping behind the right leg. Beginning to point the toes up to the ceiling and then back towards the head. Moving through this a couple of times here. And on the next exhale, right knee comes into the chest. You're going to take the left hand, put it on the right knee, and then pull and drape it over the left leg for a little seated twist here. Right arm can extend out long. Left arm can too. Right foot is on the ground. Right knee does not need to be on the ground. This pose could maybe need a little maneuvering. One more round of breath here. On the next exhale, maybe grabbing onto that right leg and bringing it back up. Left sole of the foot on the mat, right ankle over left knee. Figure 4 hip opener here. Maybe massaging the low back by moving side to side. And on the next exhale, moving into happy baby, clasping the outer edges of both feet. I am akin to moving back and forth here on this. Taking that low back massage. Open to you if you want it, not required. And on the next exhale, letting it all go. Right leg long, left knee into the chest as we switch sides. And on the next exhale, bringing that left sole of the foot to the ceiling. Leg extends long. I have my hands clasped behind my left hamstring. Yours don't have to be there, but just wherever it's comfortable. And beginning to move the toes, pointing the toes to the ceiling, and then pointing back. Pointing toes to the ceiling, and then pointing back. Toes to the ceiling, pointing back out to your head. 2 more rounds. To the ceiling and back. To the ceiling and back. On the next exhale, we're going to bring that left knee back into the chest. Right hand wraps around left knee. And we're going to bring that left leg over the right for that twist that we did earlier. Right hand can stay on the left knee, or arms can extend out to T. Continuing with the breath on the exhale, coming back to center. Maybe just giving it a little shimmy and a shake here. And we're going to bring that right sole of the foot to the mat. Left ankle over right knee. And number 4, hip opener. And on the next exhale, we're going to open up into that happy baby. And as you wish to get there, you could roll to the side and then up to a comfortable seat, or rolling back and forth, top to bottom, and coming up to a comfortable seat. Legs extending long. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, folding over. Paschimottanasana, hands underneath the calf muscles. 5 rounds of breath. 5 rounds of that Ujjayi, guiding us, moving us. And on the next exhale, walking back in. left knee into the chest, left sole of the foot on the ground, and then letting that left knee fall in. Moving into Janu A here. Inhale, right arm sweeps up with the left. Exhale, folding over that right leg. Janu Shashasana A. Breathing here, being here. Letting the distractions come and go. Maybe so far I've heard a fire truck, the storm outside, my wife getting the laundry, now going to get us some takeout Indian food. It's our last night here before we move to our new long-term Airbnb rental in Colorado, and did not feel like cooking. But is it distracting? What's showing up for you? Letting thoughts come, letting them go. And on the next exhale, we'll walk it in. Soles of the feet together. Butterfly shape. Inhale, gaze looks up. Exhale, folding in. Letting the distractions not be distractions, but just rather what's happening. Not letting them take over, absorb you, but just letting it all be. And the next exhale, coming back up. Left leg extends long. Right sole of the foot in on that right inner thigh. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, folding over that left leg. Janu Shashasana A. And on the next exhale, walking it all in. Rolling over, tabletop position. Making our way through some cat-cows. Inhale, belly down, gaze lifts for cow. Exhale, curling in for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. 5 more rounds, your own pace, your own rhythm. Maybe you could do them faster. Maybe you could do them slower. Just because it is a slow flow class doesn't mean every pose has to be slow. Gaze looks out over the left shoulder. Gaze looks out over the right shoulder. And sinking those hips back, lowering into Balasana, our child's pose. Arms extend long. Arms can now wrap around the legs if that feels comfortable for you, or just leaving them long. Forehead sinking into the mat, sinking into the earth. Letting your breath connect you with the earth, connecting you with your life. Letting you be an active participant. Giving you the strength and the ease to be able to do this. On the next exhale, coming back up. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. We're going to bring the right foot forward, moving up into our low lunge Anjaneyanasana. Hands on top of the right thigh. Inhale. Sorry. Inhale, left hand to the mat. Exhale, right arm up, twisting for a lunge here. Hand can stay extended or drape around low back. And on the next exhale, we're going to lift up on that right heel. Low runner's lunge. Exhale, moving back in. Setting the right leg back to meet the left. Round a cat-cow if that feels good. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat and bringing that left foot forward. Anjaneyasana, low lunge here. Hands on top of the thighs. Or thigh, actually. Hands on top of the thigh. And on the next exhale, we're going to lift back up onto the left heel. And on the next exhale, right hand to the mat, left arm twists up. Finding that twisted lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat. Stepping back into our tabletop position. Lowering to the forearms. And moving through 3 rounds of cat-cow from here. And just seeing the difference between being in tabletop and being on the forearms. On the next exhale, pressing the hands back into the mat, pressing the toes into the mat, lifting the hips up and back. Downward facing dog, the downward dog. The pose that all poses wish to be in yoga. It's really not the case, but it does seem to be the most popular. And on the next exhale, we're going to walk, tiptoe, hop, fly, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding in, clasping opposite elbows, swaying side to side. Shaking our head, yes. Shaking our head, no. And on the inhale, sweeping those arms up high, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands to heart center for mountain pose. Adjusting your mat if you need to, like me. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, right hand around left wrist. Side bend over to the right. Exhale, coming back to heart center. Left hand, right wrist. Side bend to the left. All the while breathing. Continuing with that Ujjayi breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And on the next exhale, coming back up to heart center. Arms to goal pose. This tiny back bend, gaze looks up. Exhale, hands to the knees. 2 more rounds just like this. Inhale, gaze looks up. Tiny back bend. Exhale, curling in. Hands to the kneecaps. 1 more round. Inhale. And on the exhale, tightening that in. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, folding in. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, folding in, Uttanasana. Inhale, arms sweeping up high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Left foot steps back, 45-degree angle. Centering the hips to face forward. Inhale, arms sweep up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Exhale, opening that up. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Gaze looks out over the right front fingertips. Inhale, right palm to the ceiling. Exhale, reversing our warrior. Inhale, right forearm, right thigh. Exhale, left arm across the side body. Utthita Parsva Konasana. On the inhale, straightening the right leg, not locking the knee though. Right hand to right leg. Exhale, left arm sweeps up. Utthita Trikonasana. Bending back into that right knee. And on the exhale, sweeping back up, reversing our warriors. Bringing that right leg forward. Wide-legged forward fold across the long edge of our mat. Inhale, hands to hips with a tiny back bend. Exhale, folding in, Prasarita A. Hands to mat, book or blocks, or they can stay up on your hips. They can also wrap around the outer edges of the feet or peace fingers around your big toes. Your class, your practice. I'm just here doing it with you. Inhale, hands to hips. Gaze looks forward. Exhale, sweeping back up. Left foot, left toes point out to the back of the mat. Right foot at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, arms sweep up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. On the next exhale, opening that on up. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Inhale, left palm to the ceiling. Exhale, reversing our warrior. Inhale, left forearm, left thigh. Exhale, right arm sweeps out and across the side body for our extended side angle pose. Equal distribution in the front and the back feet. Finding your drishti, that non-moving focal point. Focusing in on the breath. Letting the breath guide the length of the pose. On the next exhale, straightening but not locking that left knee. Right arm sweeps up. Trikonasana triangle pose. The next exhale, bending into that left knee. So we reverse our warriors. Bringing that left leg out again here. Inhale, hands to hips. Gaze looks up. Exhale, folding in. Your choice, once again, of Prasarita. Hands can be at the mat, around the big toes. Hands stay on the hips. And on the next exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, gaze looks forward. Exhale, sweeping up. We're going to sweep our hands to the mat. Come up off the left heel. Bring the right heel back to meet it in our plank pose. We're going to hold plank here for 2 rounds of breath. You could lower to the knees for a modified plank. And then we're going to lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. The next exhale, hopping through, lowering down and sitting down. However you want to get there, finding your way to a comfortable seat. Bringing the legs long. Moving through a second round of Paschimottanasana like we did earlier in this class, only this time seeing the effects of some of the other poses. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, folding in. Hands can be resting underneath the calves, on the shins, on the ankles, peace fingers, or hands over the soles of the feet or around the big toes. It does not have to be a toe touching contest with yourself. You're doing yoga. You already win. You've won. Exhale, walking the hands back out. Inhale, left sole of the foot on the mat, knee in the chest. And on the exhale, let it pour out of the mouth. Inhale, right arm sweeps up. Exhale, right arm, right hand, right arm wraps around left knee. And on the next exhale, coming back to heart center. Extending left leg long. Maybe a couple shoulder rolls here. Whatever feels good in your body. Right sole of the foot to the mat, right knee into the chest. Letting it pour out of the mouth. Inhale, left arm sweeps up. Exhale, left hand, left arm around right knee. Exhale, coming back to center. Right leg long. We're going to meet on our backs. 2 rounds of bridge pose. If you prefer supported bridge, finding a blanket or a pillow, putting it beneath the low sacrum, the low back. And on the inhale, we'll lift the hips up. We're still breathing here. Breathing in our bridge. And on the exhale, we'll lower 1 vertebrae at a time. Windshield wipering the legs back and forth once or twice like we did at the beginning of class. And positioning the hands for a second round of bridge pose if you're coming along with me. Sweeping the legs up into our comfortable bridge. Continuing with the breath here. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Inhale, strength. Exhale, ease. Continuing to breathe here, and the next exhale, lowering one vertebrae at a time. Bringing those knees into the chest, rolling side to side. Extending soles of the feet to the ceiling for a supported shoulder stand here. If you'd like to put a blanket underneath the sacrum as well for just a little added height here, you could do so. However you want to get there, whether the legs are against the wall, straight up in the ceiling as you sit here, staying here for 10 rounds of breath, getting the benefits of an inversion, removing that lactic acid away from the legs. A lot of sitting right now. And the one thing that we can really do safely, walking, also does not bring much to having your legs above your heart. Two more rounds of breath here. And on the next exhale, we're going to bring those knees into the chest. Giving yourself one final pose or poses that you may like to finish with. I'm going to take a little half number 4 hip opener and then twist open. You could do happy baby. You could join me in this. Maybe you're working on something like an arm balance and you want to finish your class a little bit more of an increased heart rate. Listening to your body, doing what you need. And the next exhale, coming back up, switching those legs. If you're joining me for this twist. Getting ready for our Shavasana, our final resting pose. Legs against the wall, legs halfway up over a couch or bed, or just laying down. All great places to be. You could also join me in a seated meditation pose, cross-legged, wherever you want to be. Finding your way there. Taking a few moments to rest. Beginning with small movements, turning them into medium movements, into larger movements. Maybe big morning stretch like it's your first one of the day. Maybe it is your first one of the day. Circling the wrists, making fists opening and closing, the hands and the feet. However you want to make your way there, and at whatever speed you need to, meeting me in a comfortable seat. Hands to heart center. Acknowledging all that good stuff we just created, scooping it in, bringing it in, and finishing class with the sound of Om to send it out to anyone who needs it in the world. And if you need to keep some of that good stuff for yourself, you'll be holding on to it too. Inhale through the nose. Exhale for Om. May the light in me bow and honor the light that shines in each and every one of you. Om Shanti. Peace to the world. Bowing in. Namaste. That's all for this week, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. Once again, this is Mike Rudd, Slow Flow Yoga with the All Peoples community. Check your inbox on Tuesdays for the new class of the week. Archive classes on the website, both Slow Flow, Power Flow, and meditation. And if you'd like to follow me on Instagram for all my latest class offerings, happenings, and wanderings around, I am at the Mike Rudd. TheMikeRudd. Love to see you there. Till next week, friends. Signing off. Namaste.